We're back on the air. Welcome. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of Radio Entrepreneurs, and want to remind everybody again, we're being hosted all week this week at the wonderful offices of Gray, Gray, and Gray, and flanked to my right is one of the partners and reporters for our show, Rich Hershen.
How you doing, Jeff? It's been a lot of fun.
So I think I represent a little bit of the new way of thinking, and you know, our food is a little bit different from, you know, what traditional North End pizzeria has been, and so now our ideas are the ones that are being copied, which is kind of a cool feeling. We're part of the Taste of the North End, which is an event that's been around for about 25 years now, and all the restaurants come and you know, give food. It's like a ticket. It's a taste of, so you can get a taste of all the different restaurants, and they raise money for all the local charities. I grew up in a family of restaurateurs, but I went to law school because I didn't want to be in the family business. The reason I got into the restaurant business was because there was a death in my family, and I wanted to. It was right around the time of the financial crash in 2008, in October 2008, and at that point, my parents, who owned the building that the restaurant's in, you know, following the death of my youngest brother, just weren't, you know, up to the challenge of facing, you know, life at that point. They were just, you know, really down, obviously, as we all were. So we had this space. We had a tenant who walked away from his lease because of what was going on in the economy nationally. Some of his investors pulled out. He was going to open a restaurant. So you know, I grew up in the business, as I said, and just kind of put together a business plan. And then, as the months went on, nobody came to look at the space. I mean, nobody was really opening a business in late 2008, early 2009. So I figured, you know, why not? I got a loan and opened, and it's I took the bar 2 weeks after we opened, which those 2 weeks were a little bit hellish, but you know, it's given me the opportunity to be involved in my family business and be close to my parents, especially in those early years after my brother died. So, you know, I have no regrets. And lawyers, I feel like lawyers kind of deal with people going through very difficult times in their lives. Either, you know, they're getting divorced, they're being sued, they've, you know, been accused of a crime, somebody's died. You know, it's not really, you don't really get to see people who are like very happy. But even in a restaurant, people go to, you know, to be social, to be around their friends, to even if they're like mourning something, they're doing it in a very social aspect. So it was good to be around that, especially in that time. We're working on a new restaurant in East Boston. So if anybody is familiar with Boston, East Boston's kind of like the last frontier. All the downtown neighborhoods are pretty well developed, but now East Boston is a short T ride away. It's got great views of the city, especially the part of the neighborhood that we're going to be in near the waterfront. It's got kind of like a Brooklyn Heights feel to it, a lot of brownstones and stellar views of the skyline of Boston. So we're working on a restaurant. My grandfather, on the other side, on my mom's side, was a carpenter, and he owned a warehouse there, and a pretty nice neighborhood kind of grew up around it. So we're going to knock the building down and build a restaurant there with a roof deck overlooking the city. So the restaurant is Ducali Pizzeria, 289 Causeway Street in Boston's North End, and the website is ducalipizza.com.